Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm uploading a video that's not so fun to discuss, but I feel is important nonetheless. So as of the day of recording this, and hopefully the day this goes live, it is the 20th of January, it is Inauguration Day, meaning that starting today, officially, Donald Trump will be president again, to the misfortune of many Americans. And while this does undoubtedly suck for everyone who is not receiving the tax cuts he will inevitably hand out to the wealthy, I wanted to talk about a few things. I hope this video I am going to upload will reach the audience that I hope it does, to people such as myself who are trans, because that is what concerns me a lot. I even went through the effort of writing down some notes, because I don't want to just stutter through this and be like, that'd be pretty bad, but no, I wanted to really go through some things. How well can you see my notes? Can you see my fancy handwriting? Hopefully get some words of encouragement in there, because I think we kind of need it right now. So I first got this idea when I uploaded my banger video on why Christmas is the worst holiday, and I'm just being completely deranged in there, and there was one comment that really stood out to me, where it was someone saying some shit like, "Oh, this is insanity! Thank God Trump won!" Which is deeply amusing to me, because, do you think I only started doing this shit because of Biden? No, I transitioned during Trump's first term, and I'm gonna keep doing it well into his second. I'm amused by this idea that this person just thinks that, Trump's gonna be inaugurated, and he's gonna wake up, and all the trannies will just disappear. Now, maybe this will age horribly. Maybe the second Trump gets into office, he'll pass the No More Trannies Act, and the police will come to my door and they'll arrest me for the crime of being a tranny. But until that happens, I'm deeply amused by this idea he had, and I think that's what I wanted to really get through with this, is that I am not going to stop fucking being trans because Trump is president again. I'm not going to stop being me. I'm not going to stop generally just being a fucking freak. And even if it makes me a felon, even if he literally makes it illegal to exist in public as I do, they can drag me to prison, I'ma still keep being me. And I really hope and I encourage everyone else to do the same. I mean, hell, look at shit like fucking in the 80s when you had fucking people like Margaret Thatcher or Ronald Reagan in power. This is when you saw the fucking, goth and I guess punk is more 70s, but you really had these sort of countercultural movements really just kind of popping up and doing what they did. You think just because Trump won again that I'm just gonna roll over and let them walk all over me? No, fuck that. Fuck that noise. If they want to get rid of me, they can do it while I'm fucking kicking and screaming and scratching and all that shit. They will try and censor us and erase us as much as they can, and maybe some ways they'll be successful. It's not directly under Trump, but you can see a few days ago it had come out that Facebook, Meta now. I think I can see why people are transphobic if I have to start calling Facebook Meta. But you can see with all this shit they were doing, how they were repealing a lot of the sort of terms of service protections they had for trans people, and okay, I got my battery charging now, so I can continue recording this. We're seeing Facebook as an example of a corporation kind of walking back on this shit, you know, basically trying to censor us, and Disney too. You know, what was it, that one Moon Girl show, they basically scrapped an entire episode involving a trans athlete, or that fucking Disney Plus show where they got rid of a character being trans. They are going to try to erase us. There is no getting around that. And so I think what we need to do more than ever right now is to be visibly trans or audibly trans or whatever, and I'm going to keep doing that with my online presence. Not so much in my real life. Apparently, you know, you can laugh at this if you think this is laughable. I've had people tell me I pass. I don't know if I believe that. I'm not going to say that I do. I'm not going to brag about how much I do, because I think that basically paints a massive fucking target on my back. And I don't feel like doing that right now, so I won't. If it is safe to, then I think as trans people, we should be loud, we should be proud, and we should unapologetically be ourselves to the greatest extent that we can be. In some ways, you know, if Trump is able to do a lot of shit that he wants to, if he does successfully, or rather his advisors do successfully brand gender ideology as pornographic and bans, you know, porn, that would undoubtedly force us underground, and I don't think that would be such a terrible thing. I think online, honestly, have you seen the state of social media? I would not mind if a lot of us had to go kind of underground, if we had to move from Discord to like IRC, or fucking, I don't know, maybe like old school style forums that don't have all the corporate fucking overloading of, you know, social media such as Facebook or Twitter and shit like that. I mean, is this surprising coming to me? I have a fucking NeoCities website, which you should check out, by the way. I'm not convinced many people who watch my videos do that. I've seen my fucking guest book. If you're thinking about transitioning and this recent news has made you think, oh, maybe that's not an option, you should still fucking do it. If it's safe for you, of course. If you have a good environment. Do not let them get their way. Do not let them discourage you from transitioning. Do not let them encourage you to take your life because you think it's too tough now. That's what they want, and do not fucking give them what they want. I will say, if there is one thing I believe is a silver lining from all this, it's that, you know, since November when election results came out, that I had never seen so many trans people locally, at least, and a little outside of that, organizing so we can be there for each other, so we can have a community, which is something I'd been kind of wanting for a while, like a community of trans people to spend time with and look forward to being with and all that, and also, you know, to rely on if things go wrong. Like, shortly after the election, I had a friend tell me that she had some additional estrogen vials that she could give me in case estrogen ever becomes hard to obtain if he makes that illegal. I don't know if that would have happened if Harris would have won. Like, objectively, I think things would be better if Harris had won, but I think a lot of us would have stayed complicit. I probably would have stayed complicit. I think I've done too much of that in these past 4 years, and I'm gonna do what I can to rock the boat. Even if it ends up with me being in jail, even if they have to force me to go on testosterone, I will continue to be the baddest bitch alive. Before I end this video, I want to show off some of the vials I got. There we go. I don't know why that's on here, but that's really funny. There's some other good ones too. This one has a Space Invader guy on it. And saving the best for last. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's a Shad Amy MCR album cover parody. I don't know why this is on estrogen, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I hope this video was helpful to you in some ways, if it made you, you know, feel a little less terrified of the next 4 years in any way. That'd be pretty great if I managed to have that effect on people. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried in the slightest, because I am pretty fucking worried, But I'm not gonna panic. I'm not gonna let them have that fear. I'm not gonna let them win in that department. And neither should you, if you can, anyways. I know it's not as easy as saying, I'm not gonna worry about it. From one trans person, hopefully, to another, or even just from one concerned American to another, we can make it through these next 4 years. You know, speaking to any trans audience I might have watching this video, as, you know, like, a group of people, we've gone through a lot fucking worse. You know, I say we, obviously, I wasn't alive for a lot of it. But trans people who came before us fought for so much for us to even just exist as we do now. And if we want to honor that, then we gotta continue doing the same. I said this in my last election related video, but imagine if Reagan just won a second term and you were trans, you were concerned about, you know, the AIDS epidemic, and you just went, aw, jeez, Reagan won again. Guess we gotta give up. Or imagine if it was like, you know, 2004 and Bush won again, and it was the same shit. It was like, oh, Bush won again. Guess we gotta give up now. Or hell, if we did the same thing when Trump won the first time, or, you know, if we weren't even further back, and you can see, you know, all these fucking protests, fucking Stonewall, for one. Thanks for watching, and never forget, trans girls rule the fucking world.